Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here, back again with another fragrance review video. Hope you had yourselves a great weekend. Now welcome to this channel. If you're here for the very first time, I post fragrance related content, guys, and would very much appreciate it if you did consider subscribing. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continued support. Today I have Lattafa BAYAAN to review for you. So this is the presentation. It comes in this box, and then there is this elasticated, kind of thingy there, which you take off. It's just holding that, okay, because this is not like a flip open. It's actually a cover that you remove. So the elastic is just to hold that. So we're going to drop it there. And then this is the bottle. Now, unfortunately, quality control seems to be not so good on my particular bottle. I'm going to say my particular bottle because it could be just this one or the range. I don't know, but because as you can see, there is a leakage there. The fact that the fragrance in itself is leaking is a bit worrisome there, because I'm not sure whether I am losing anything within this fragrance that is supposed to make this fragrance up. Okay, as usual, I'm going to spray it on my arm there, right? And then I'm going to get into it. Now, this fragrance has been likened to Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomade, and because of that I was skeptical when I received it. I didn't want to spray it on myself because I've had a tester of Ombre Nomade before, and I found that fragrance thick, polarizing, very smoky, broody to an extent, dark, and a bit heady. So because this one has remnants of that, or seems to draw inspiration from that, I thought, okay, I'm going to do the curtains first, and then if it's okay with the curtains, then I'm going to spray it on myself. Now, what I can say is, yes, there is a likeness to Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomade in BAYAAN, but it does feel like Lattafa did take their own twist. This, to my nose, is a warm, spicy, sweet, fruity, floral. Okay, there's going to be some woods there, spices, and a light oud. So this is going to be definitely your rose oud combo, but the difference here is the rose is not exactly on the jammy side, which is what I get from Ombre Nomade. Okay, so by now we know that it does share a resemblance, but it's not 100. This is their own twist. So I kind of like that about this particular fragrance, guys, the fact that the rose interprets as lemony, rather than a sticky, jammy type of rose. And then the oud in here is also diluted. It doesn't come across as a polarizing, sticky, thick, oudy type of fragrance. It does have, of course, that feel of oud, but it's very light. This particular fragrance, to my nose, guys, puts more emphasis on the moss. So do expect like a wet, earthy type of interpretation of a fragrance in this juice. It seems to border around the mossy note there, working together with a minty toned cardamom. And for some it's going to be okay, and for some it's going to be the parting statement, where that minty tone is either going to be too much, it's going to be toothpastey for some, or it's going to be the perfect, feel of a soapy mintiness there. So there is an unmistakable mintiness that you're going to get with this fragrance. But what I like about it is, in as much as it is that rose oud combo, the oud here and everything else, let me say, seems to be neutralized by the use of the lychee. What the lychee seems to do here, when I say neutralize, is it seems to add an aquatic touch to the whole mix, where you get everything as expected. You get the rose in its lemoniness, you get that mossy, wet feel, you get the woods, and you get the oud, and you get like a light incensiness, but it all comes across in like a watery, like an aquatic backdrop, without making this a summery scent, right? So I just feel it is the weight of that lychee that is kind of making sure that everything there doesn't turn into polarizing or even sticky, if you will. So It is a semi-dark fragrance, but it is not a very dark fragrance as what you would expect from Ombre Nomade. So if you are the sort of person who likes, you know, that DNA of Ombre Nomade, absolutely, you are absolutely going to love this, because it does feel as though it does draw inspiration from that. But you expect, you know, the notes to interpret in a watered, like a toned down, like a subtle presentation, as opposed to sticky in your face, thick, dark and smoky, that sort of thing. So that is what I like about this fragrance. This whole watered down interpretation of notes does not make this a lighty. I had this thing on my curtains doing the most. I mean, the room was scented. That's basically what I'm saying. You know, there was just this scent around my living room of this fragrance enduring. So you're going to be in a scent bubble that's going to be felt, because it is a fragrance that has presence, but it is a fragrance that is not exactly trying to do the most. It is also a fragrance that's safe enough to do both winter and summer, because of that, you know, aquatic tone, that aquatic direction that this fragrance takes. So yes, it absolutely ends up being that you know, oud and rose combo, but without being sticky. Also with that addition of, you know, a little bit of some sweetness there coming from, of course, the fruitiness. So that is what I can say, guys, about this fragrance. Unisex to my nose, so you can absolutely buy this for yourself or gift it to anybody as a blind buy, as long as you like the explanation that I gave you there. The only thing that can go south with this fragrance is maybe that minty tone, you know, because for some it might cross over to being a bit toothpastey there and bothersome, but for me, it's okay. BAYAAN is the name of this fragrance, guys, and that is what I had for you today. CeeChronicles is my name. Do let me know in the comment section if you have this fragrance, and if yours turned up, you know, leaking, or if it had issues, because like I said, mine, you know, you can see close up there that there is traces of oil or alcohol coming out, and for that reason I'm not sure whether, you know, this fragrance is not giving what it's supposed to be giving 100 because of that leak. I would just love to know in the comment section. Turn on post notifications, guys, if you haven't. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Meanwhile, like and share this one, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.